Good morning and welcome to the Front Office Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus Cameron. The Front Office Podcast is sponsored by Tees and Trees. Tees and Trees is where we stand on business. Championship Sunday. I know all the real football fans been waiting impatiently like myself and cannot wait to get to it. We got two blockbuster games today. We got the Ravens versus the Chiefs in Baltimore, and then we got the Lions and San Fran in San Fran. Let's get straight to it. No bullshit, no agenda. Let's get straight to it. The Front Office Podcast. Excuse me. The Front Office Podcast was 4-0 last weekend. A good weekend for us. You know what I mean? It definitely feels so much better to be on top than the bottom. So we're gonna take that win and we're gonna try to duplicate it this weekend. Let's start in the AFC. The first game of the day is gonna be the Ravens versus the Chiefs. This one I think Lamar has the best storyline. Honestly, don't get me wrong. Nobody would be hating on Patrick Mahomes if he pulls it off and has a chance to win a third Super Bowl ring this early in his career. But I think Lamar is the better story. Picked 31st. 31 teams passed on him when he went to free agency this summer. Nobody reached out. Baltimore stayed fast, stayed with him, and they decided to go ahead and give him that money, and it looks like it's paying off. Like I said before, man, Lamar looks like a different quarterback. He still has all that exciting movement. He can run, kill you with a run. He definitely can throw the ball. But I just think his IQ is higher. I think he's more ready for it. I just think they're the better team right now. Like I said last week, losing those running backs, they're still been able to run the ball successfully. They having guys step up. You got Isaiah Likely. The wide receiver crew, even though OBJ hasn't been, a world beater or just going out there getting a bunch of yards, he's still a major threat, which opens up everything else. Duvernay, Flowers, Andrews is going to be back this Sunday. I think the key to this game is, can Baltimore successfully run the ball? I don't think it's going to be a huge scoring affair. I'm thinking maybe like 31-17, maybe 31-21, something like that. And it's going to be on whether the Ravens can control the tempo and control the ball. If they can control the ball and kind of keep that offense off the field, I think they'll be fine. Defensively, I think the Ravens are going to absolutely have to create some turnovers. And that's going to be hard to do against Patrick Mahomes, but he does like to get out the pocket and run. Can you stop Pacheco? Can you make sure that he's not giving them, 6 or 7 yards on first down to make it easier for Patrick Mahomes to convert a third down and move the ball down the field? That's going to be big. That linebacker crew is going to be big. Baltimore's defense is just, I think, solid top to bottom, secondary, linebacker level, and D-line. So I'm going with the Ravens in this game. Rooting for Lamar. I hope he pulls it off, but in no way, shape, or form would I be surprised if Patrick Mahomes breaks everybody's heart. And from what I can see on Facebook and social media, nobody wants to see Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. Man, why y'all hating on Taylor like that, man? What's the problem with Taylor, man? I ain't got no issue with Taylor. I don't care if they show her every other play. I don't care. I don't care. I'm still watching the game. It's like 2 seconds. I'm just not with the whole stay woke and this, and all this bull. Not with everything, bro. Like, that shit is not affecting me. It's not affecting my pockets. It's not affecting my money. So I could care less. But I do like the Ravens to win that game. I'm not, 31, like I said, 31-17, 31-21, something like that. If Baltimore wins, I don't think it'll be super close. I hope so. I hope it goes down to the last possession. That's more great football for us. Next game is going to be a little tougher. We got San Francisco and the Detroit Lions. Now, the Detroit Lions play in the NFC North, which is my division, the Minnesota Vikings. I'm not a fan of Detroit, but I can't lie. Dan Campbell has me hooked. He has me hooked in and locked into the Detroit Lions, man. They find a way to get it done. They fight. You can tell that team is together. I want to pick Detroit. I do. I'm going to even be rooting for Detroit. But for purposes of trying to keep our record perfect, I'm going to take the Niners. I know a lot of you San Francisco fans, just calm down. I'm not picking y'all to win the Super Bowl. Just picking y'all to get there. I think Purdy, with all the weapons available to him, I think Debo playing is a big deal. Even if they don't use him like that, It's still a threat. It's something that you have to prepare for, and I think that makes the offense easier. And for whatever reason, I think they're going to do a good job of running the ball. I think they're going to run the ball well. I think Christian McCaffrey will be a huge part of their success. I think they get it done. I do think it's going to be closer because I do think Detroit lines up well with them. Their defensive line is very good. I think Detroit's secondary is better than San Francisco's, but I think San Francisco has the better linebackers. On the other side of the ball, offensively, Detroit, Jared Goff is playing out his mind. St. Brown is great. Reynolds, the young rookie, I forget the running back, he's super fast, cat back kind of guy. You got Montgomery, Laporte, the tight end. I mean, they got weapons. They can definitely compete. They can definitely make this shit happen. So it's going to be very interesting. I think it'll make for a better game than I think the Chiefs and the Ravens will be. That game also, too, I think it's going to come down to turnovers. That's a general term, but in football, it's just true. You can't have 2 turnovers and usually win. It just hurts you so bad. And I think the San Francisco D-line is going to create some turnovers. I think we're going to see some strip sacks. Not sure about any fumbles or interceptions. Like I said, I think Jared Goff is playing great. I'm rooting for Detroit, but I'm picking, for the purposes of this podcast, I'm picking the San Francisco 49ers. So mark it down. Front Office Podcast is taking the Ravens, and we're taking the Niners to be playing to meet up in the Super Bowl, which I believe this will be the second time they've done that. So that's where we're going with those picks. I hope we get some great football, man. Good luck to everybody who's running parlays. I currently have a 2-day parlay going. I had Anthony Davis over 11.5 rebounds, Jokic points, rebounds, and assists, 48.5, and Jimmy Butler over 18.5 points. Everybody covered yesterday. Now it comes down to Lamar Jackson getting more than 166 yards. Comes down to Zay Flowers getting any touchdown at any point in time in this game today. And George Kittle getting more than 63 yards. Let's go. If you bet on these apps, you know the anxiety that I'm going through right now. So I'm hoping it's a pretty big bet. So I'm hoping it hits. If not, either way, man, I think it's going to be some great football today. I think we all enjoy it. As soon as the game is over with, we're going to do a wrap-up session and figure out exactly what happened, what we thought about it, what was the game changers, and what we think about the Super Bowl going forward. So that's really all I had. I just wanted to make sure I got a quick video out, something that y'all could watch. You ain't have to watch it for 15, 20 minutes. Just real quick, Front Office Podcast, Ravens, Niners, book it. And again, thank you to all subscribers. Anybody, new subscribers, man, we appreciate y'all checking into the channel. Like, share, follow, subscribe. We appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Hopefully we'll have some new teas in soon, man. But that's all I got for the Front Office Podcast. Y'all enjoy NFL Championship Sunday. I'm out. Peace. Front Office Podcast is brought to you by Tees and Trees. Tees and Trees is where we stand on business.